I want to talk about OverLord. OverLord is a recent World War II horror film mashup that was on at the cinema, but it was on for such a short time at the cinema that by the time I and my friends wanted to go see it, or had time in our schedules to go and see it, it wasn't on anywhere. So I've only just recently been able to give it a viewing. First of all, it's a really good film, but it's only a really good film if you understand what kind of film it is, so you manage your expectations. This film is more a dark exploitation style World War II film than a horror film. It has lots of horror elements in it, and it can easily be described by someone as a horror film, but I think it's better being described as a World War II horror exploitation film. That's because of the way that it's shot, the type of story, and the way the action is portrayed in this. There's lots of bullets, there's lots of tension, and the majority of the film is spent away from the horror elements. The story itself is a company of soldiers are being sent into France ahead of D-Day to take down a radio tower situated in a village in the church. Nothing too sort of complex about that. Their plane gets shot down, and you have this great opening sequence where you see the soldier falling through the air trying to get his parachute open, while all around him there's flak guns and anti-aircraft guns and things like that going off, and explosions in the sky, and then he has to regroup with his company. They get to the village, and there's some tension in the village where the local sort of Nazi commander is shaking down people and being a thorough Nazi, and there's some very sort of high tension scenes while they're hiding out and trying to formulate a plan on what to do. When they actually get to the church, they find that it is a laboratory for, as well as a radio tower, for these Nazi experiments into raising the dead. They're using a natural tar-like substance that's found in wells underneath the church and refining it and using this to reanimate corpses, with measured success, let's say. There's a really good scene where they bring back a sample and pop it into, I can't think of the actor's name, but he's in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So they go into the church and they find sort of zombified corpses, and the Nazi commander, he's had his face shot open in this lovely sort of CGI kind of practical effect gore thing on his face. It looks great, and he injects himself with this serum and he becomes a sort of super Nazi. And then you've got Wyatt Russell, Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn's son. He shoots himself up, and you have a sort of America versus Germany super zombie fight, which is great. And then there's a clear line where the horror bit ends, and you're back into World War II territory. It's a really enjoyable Saturday night entertainment film, and you watch it with the volume up in the dark, and it's really, really good fun to watch. There is some really good sort of scenes in it as well, that aren't horror related. There's one scene where a little boy is trying to run across a courtyard where there's a gunfight going on, and you're thinking, well, this could be the kind of film where he gets shot. But you know, you end up with this kid who looks scared, genuinely scared of dodging these bullets in the middle of the courtyard, and you think, oh, that's a surprisingly well implemented scene, and that was really good. And then at the very end of it, you see the survivors, and they're getting rallied up for, you know, further action. And again, you feel that just gives it this sort of down and dirty feel, as if they're going to go on to another adventure. And I just thought it was an excellent film. It is a real shame that it came out at a time when it got overshadowed by a lot of other things, because it's in this rush before Christmas to get, you know, all these sort of films out and get the sort of bums in seats. And I think it really will do well on sort of home video or streaming. So Overlord, if you see it available to watch or view somewhere, and you like either World War II films or horror films, all that sort of just grindhousey feel type films, give this a watch because it is thoroughly enjoyable. And Wyatt Russell is really good as a sort of male lead in this kind of film. He's got just enough sort of nod, wink, wink to get through, but they all play it dead straight in this film, so that's a really, really enjoyable thing. And I hope that the people who made this go on to make more films in these genres.